Hi there, it's Cindy J from Green Bay, and tonight I have a Ruby's Hall pantry to share with you. It's a little bit of a smaller one this week, and then for anybody who's just tripping across this for the first time, Ruby's Pantry is this great program that for $25 you get what they call a food share. It's not a food pantry per se because you do have to pay. They call it a donation, but you do have to pay to get a share of the food items. And typically what it appears to be is items that are just on the cusp of the use by date that are still perfectly good and consumable. It's just that they have to be pulled off the grocery shelves, and rather than it going into landfills, they make these food shares and distribute them to, well, anybody who wants them. And they have a Facebook page, and right in their caption it says, for anybody who eats, it's 25 bucks. So I am really thankful to get to have the opportunity to participate in such a program because I am not working right now. So it really does help to stretch out the grocery budget to have this available. And sometimes the share is so much food that I don't know what to do with, so I'm able to share it with friends and family. But again, this one was a little bit small, but again, for $25, who can complain? So enough chit chat. Let's see what is in the share this week or this time around. So a big jug of Simply orange juice, and it has a best buy date of March 6th of 24. So March 6th, that's just a few days ago. Ironically, I threw away a bottle of orange juice at the office a couple weeks ago, but it was far older than that. So this, if it's dug into right away, okay, some good juice drinking right there. And then we have 1, 2, 3 bags of these kettle cooked air finished Himalayan salt chips. So this is different. I know kettle chips, they're the real hard ones. Himalayan, so I imagine they'll just be, like salty, chips. So yeah, this is just all what came. This time around was just these 2 boxes here. So not really a whole lot to go through. 1 box of a taco kit, so that's always nice to have on hand. And then there was one of these in the last box, cinnamon apple loaded breadsticks, and oh, it was so good. So I have to say I am pretty excited to have this one again. I think I ate almost the whole thing myself on the last one, so that was one I was excited to see in the box. And this is another one that I am also very pleased to see is this pretzel bread. These pretzel buns, oh, they're so delicious. They're just like a soft pretzel, only in the form of a bun. And they make the best burgers. I still have all of these bite-sized ones, which I gave away a couple, and I've been eating some, so I'm down to my last bag. But, just these little bite-sized, are different. This I can actually make sandwiches and stuff with, whereas the bite-sized, they get hard too. So once they've been heated up, they have to be eaten right away. So let's see here. I'm not seeing the use by date readily here, but I typically always will toast them anyways, and that softens and crisps them right up. So they'll be as good as new when I get around to that. So, oh, excellent. And so 2 of those. So I'm very happy to see that, 2 of those, because I can use up a 4-pack to make burgers one day and, just some sandwiches or whatever on another day. And then, oh, they sure, they love their triple, quadruple tied up bags, which we are not going to try to untie. And this is a pleasant surprise. A big bag of broccoli. So there's got to be like 4 or 5 pounds here of broccoli florets. So that will certainly come in handy. Jay likes broccoli. It's one of the very few vegetables that he will eat. Although it does have to be doused in butter, but he will eat broccoli, so I will make good use of that. If you checked out my last Ruby's Pantry haul, thank you if you did. I got cut off at the end. I really don't know how to edit or any of that kind of fancy stuff yet. I hope to learn. But I was taking you out in my garage and I got cut off. And the last year I got a 50-pound box of roaster chickens, like rotisserie chickens, raw rotisserie chickens, 50 pounds worth. And they were frozen solid, so they thawed in my garage. And then I spent an entire weekend making these chickens, roasting these chickens, and then taking all the meat off. I made a big batch of chicken bouillon, which is like chicken noodle soup, or not even noodles. You don't put the noodles in with bouillon, long story. And then I froze a bunch of the meat as well that I peeled off the bone. So, holy cow. That was a lot of chicken, a lot of chicken. So I'm okay with not seeing some big bulk meat item in this week's share because, yeah, with all that chicken, you know, something like the produce is exactly what I'm waiting for. I was just commenting over dinner with Jay this weekend how I'm really looking forward to the farmers market starting back up and being able to get the fresh produce just over winter and the, you know, limited pickings. This is a kind of a neat treat. Once Upon a Farm organic fruit and veggie blends. I mean, I know it's really meant for kids, but you know what? That is a-okay. I like me a little squeezy snack once in a while. Something great that I can just throw in my bag for a little snack on the go, 50 calories. So there's, let's see, we got a green kale and apples and a oh my veggie. So, oh well, we'll try them out. We'll see how they are. Maybe have to do a taste test with these at some point and see, because, you know, they look like they're going to taste a little, they're going to taste healthy, I think. But that's okay, that's okay. Means less added sugar and all that. And then, oh, a sleeve of crackers. Sometimes just the most random things are in these food shares. And I'm guessing this is the result of maybe a box that just got beat up so much that the crackers, I mean, it's still a sealed sleeve. It's perfectly fine. But if it was in a box, or maybe one of the sleeves was busted open, so there's, so whip us, you know, one of the three sleeves and, you know, each of the boxes, who knows? And then, oh, what do we have here? Hard salami. And look at this in just a funny little package like that. Which, hey, that's okay. And I have to say, thank you that, you know, this I can work with. Jay likes these kind of garbage meats, as we call them, the salamis and stuff like that. So he will certainly enjoy this. This, I think, will be a great thing to put in a container and throw in his office fridge, and he can, you know, snack on that. But I'm so thankful that it's not a huge, unmanageable amount. That it's just a nice little bag like this. And then look at this, a little thing of cheese, and it's sealed and everything. It looks like just some cheddar cheese. It must have come with a meal kit or something, is what it really, that's what it's giving here. Like it might have been part of, you know, something else, who knows. And then, oh, no dinosaur nuggies, but the smiley face, the mashed potato smiley faces. So I think that these might be getting passed on. This is kind of a neat one. I've never seen these in a share before. Some onion rings. And although I do not have a deep fryer, and I will spare you my monologue on how I feel about deep fryers, you know, somebody recommended an air fryer. That I think I could get down with. So thank you. I can't remember. Thank you to whoever made that suggestion on a past video to me that, you know, I'm not a big fan of getting more appliances because my significant other is. So again, long story there. But at any rate, maybe an air fryer ought to be in my future, because I do like me an onion ring once in a while. I don't know if you can bake these. So something to look into. I don't know, can you bake an onion ring? If you know, let me know. I would love to, I'd appreciate any tips. So, and then the meats. And yeah, I mean, gotta just touch on that soup. I wish I would have done a video or something during the time that I was making all that meat, because I must say I was very pleased with myself that I made this big thing of booyah. You know, I keep calling it chicken noodle soup because that's the best way to envision it, even though, you know, forget the noodles, because the noodles get mushy. You know, the idea with booyah is that, you know, all the veggies and stuff stew. And in that last year, there was all that celery. In fact, I still have one of the celeries left. So, I'd like that to not go to waste. But I had all the carrots and the celery. I had those, little potatoes, which I still have a bag of those from the last one. And I still do have a bag of the little carrots as well. So I am thinking that I might end up making another, oh, and look at this. This was one of the very few things that I purchased. I purchased the chicken broth, and then I purchased a clove of garlic, and then the broth. That's it. I had, you know, all the chicken and the veggies, all the celery, everything that I received from the share. But, you know, it took time and energy to prepare that. And some people don't, you know, want to put in that energy. And, you know, I'm learning as I go. I mean, I screwed up by putting some noodles in and let it in the broth overnight, and they got mushy. Live and learn, you know, I should know better, but I made the mistake and I won't do it again. So, and then I speaking of chicken, I see an old friend here of chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Oh, bok. But I think that I will just leave these guys frozen and pop them right into my chest freezer. If a family member wants them, they'll be welcome to them, because, you know, I have a ton of chicken that's already made. It's already cooked. It's just frozen. I just have to thaw it out before I can use it. So I'm tempted to make another batch of that booyah, because I was so impressed even that Jay even ate some of it. And he's not a big, you know, into that stuff, but he likes anything Belgian. And so I was so happy when I saw that he actually ate the booyah when I was experimenting with it. So I'd like to maybe make it again here, as long as I've got some of those other veggies hanging around, and it'd be a fun opportunity to share it with you guys. Kosher dill pickle, so 1 container of these. I've seen pickles in the shares before, at least, you know, 1 jar. I'm not a pickle person, but, you know, my dad likes pickles, and Jay likes pickles, and, you know, enough people like pickles that somebody will take the pickles. And then what do we have here? A core bar. Real food belongs in the fridge. Oh, okay. I remember I got those purple ones actually like this a while back, which yeah, I actually ended up giving a lot of these away because I'm not a dark chocolate person. And but I thought it was kind of that ashwagandha or whatever. It's supposed to be like something to relax you. But now this one here looks to be a cinnamon pumpkin sort of a spice kind of snack. Well, let's just take a quick look. Oh, okay, so this one is in a bar form. Gotcha. Because this is 4 pieces of chocolate that came in this one here. It's, you know, very pretty pieces of chocolate that came in this one here that came in the past. But this feels like it's just a protein bar. So that's, again, something like this I like to have handy. You know, sometimes stay shelf stable for a good amount of time, and can always use some protein bars hanging around. And pumpkin spice is one of Jay's favorite flavors, so I think he'll even maybe enjoy some of these because I am always looking for, snacks that are on, again, hopefully the healthier side, even though, to contrary belief, these protein bars aren't like the healthy snack that people think they are. They're still kind of like just candy bars, but they just happen to have some protein in them. They're better than, than a full-out candy bar. But if a candy bar is what you want and you're eating the protein bar, you can't just have the candy bar, is what I understand. But I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist, so I shouldn't be running my mouth. It's just from my own research. So looking forward to trying one of these guys, though, so that'll be a good snack. And then here, these K-Cup. I should just, I could probably get one of these coffee makers for like $50. I see them online all the time, like on Facebook Marketplace. But it's just that I'm not a huge coffee drinker, and I don't really feel like getting a whole other appliance. If I'm in the mood for a cup of coffee once in a great while, I have my little can of crystals here of coffee. Actually, my bigger one here that I just fill up once in a while. So I don't want to set up a whole coffee machine, although these do sound pretty tasty. The s'mores premium hot cocoa. So this isn't even coffee. This is hot cocoa with marshmallows and chocolate chips. I wonder if this is something that being hot cocoa, if you could just throw it right in the cup. Because I saw in the comments somebody had said that you don't even need the machine to utilize these cups, that there's a way. So I'll have to investigate that further. So thank you to the person who made that suggestion. And I'll put these with the other ones that I have. Because these, are, again, appear to be the s'mores with the treats. This chocolate hazelnut, now this is actually a coffee. So yeah, the whole gosh darn bag to be all set for coffee for a long time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think at the office there may be an old K-Cup machine hanging around that I could even try to resurrect. Ooh, jumbo white eggs. Holy cow. I thought that this felt pretty big when I pulled it out of the box. So these, a dozen of jumbo white eggs. Wowie, zowie, these guys are big. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see that. It's like kind of interesting how this shell has, it's almost like on our fingernails, how, you can get like the wavy bumps and stuff. But yeah, that's something, a jumbo egg as compared to, well, this is just a large egg here. So, I mean, there's a bit of a size difference, I think. Well, in any event, I am very grateful to have the dozen eggs included in this share, because let me say this share may be a little bit more on the small side, but there's been a lot of good stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff that I'm definitely going to use and enjoy, and I'd rather get less stuff, but things I'm going to mostly use than things that I have no use for, like there was one time, that 50-pound box of chicken last time, but I made the best of it. But like would probably be my one complaint here, is in this second, because we got the 2 boxes, so I'm in the second box right now. 2, 4, 5 containers of mustard. 4, 5. What am I going to do with 5 containers of mustard? Oh, but wait, there's more. It gets better. In addition to these 5 bottles of mustard that I just received this evening, I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more bottles of mustard that I have no idea what on earth I am going to do with it. Anybody need some mustard? Oh, good Lord. And, you know, I absolutely do hate to let anything go to waste. And, you know, I have had very good luck on, you know, always finding a home for everything. But I don't know. I'm afraid now with the addition of these guys, what am I going to do with all of this mustard? I just don't know. But we'll figure it out. So that's my mustard mountain, my ever-growing mustard mountain. And then we have a container of plain yogurt. So this should be okay. I am used to like the Yoplait with the sugar and stuff. And here when you look at the ingredients, organic milk, organic cream, active cultures, absolutely no mention of sugar. I actually had a yogurt last night that is a Yoplait, which, you know, is full of sugar. They're quite tasty, but yeah. So, but I'll make the best of it. What I'll do is get some strawberries and I can cut those up. And then I have all these, you know, all these granola bits. I've been digging into the granola bits and they've been pretty good. So I'll make the best of that. And then what haul is complete without 1, 2, 3 more ice creams. 3 more, but at least it's only 3. And if it's going to be any, I actually do like these, the vanilla ones. I mean, the ones that were all chocolate was just way too much. These, you know, I find myself having one in the evenings, and it's 130 calories for one of them. Not bad at all. And, you know, you get your chocolate and your little bit of ice cream with the cone. One's a perfect, plentiful little evening treat when you're just looking for something a little bit sweet. When you're, you know, just relaxing before turning in for the night. What do we have here? Mixed vegetables, some canned mixed vegetables. So that can always be used for, you know, a casserole of some sort. I really like those that frozen corn. That was the other thing that I had used in the booyah stew. That frozen corn really was a nice touch in there. So yeah, that overall that whole recipe turned out, you know, pretty good. And then I've got a 4-pack here of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. So maybe I'll leave this one. Well, I don't know. I'm just not much of a soda drinker, so maybe I'll leave one here at home, you know, if I want to have some pizza or some chips or something, and bring the rest downtown and, you know, let everybody else dig in. And speaking of which, the last but not least item that I have in today's haul is the obligatory iced coffee. At first I didn't think, and I mean, I feel terrible for saying this, but at first I was like, oh, okay, cool. At least they didn't include the iced coffee this week because they'd usually just put it in separate. Nope, it was in the bottom. And unfortunately, the flavor sounds a little weird. Raspberry mocha latte. Not gonna lie, raspberry mocha sounds kind of weird. So I think that will be going to, you know, down to be shared among others, you know, spread the cheer. So, well, thank you very much for joining me in checking out my Ruby's haul. And I hope everybody's doing well, and maybe we'll see you next time. Oh, and happy spring and daylight savings time wherever you're at in the world. I'm assuming kind of in my neck of the woods if you're watching this video, since Ruby's Pantry only really kind of applies to the surrounding states of, you know, Wisconsin here in the Midwest. But, you know, if you tripped across me from someplace else in the world, you know, hello. But we just had daylight savings last night, so it kind of feels like, even though spring, the official start's still a few weeks away, kind of feels like spring is here. It's 6:45 and it's still a little bit daylight outside, so, you know, that really feels good too. So, all right. Well, with that said, thanks again for coming by, and we'll catch up soon.